What we're seeing today is what I call turnkey totalitarianism. They are putting in place all of these technological mechanisms for control we've never seen before. It's been the ambition of every totalitarian state from the beginning of mankind to control every aspect of behavior, of conduct, of thought, and to obliterate dissent. None of them have been able to do it. They didn't have the technological capacity. Today, the mechanisms are being put in place that will make it so none of us can run and none of us can hide. Within 5 years, we're going to see 415,000 low-orbit satellites. Bill Gates says his 65,000 satellites alone will be able to look at every square inch of the planet 24 hours a day. Digital currency that will allow them to punish us from a distance and cut off our food supply. Every right that you have is transformed into a privilege contingent upon your obedience to arbitrary government dictates. It will make you a slave. And what do we do about this? What do? We resist. I'm going to tell you 3 rules that you all need to know and memorize. Number 1, every power that government takes from us, it will never relinquish voluntarily. Number 2, every power they take from us, they will ultimately abuse to the maximum extent possible. Number 3, nobody in history of the planet has ever complied their way out of totalitarian control. Every capitulation is a signal to the oppressors to impose new forms of torment or torture or compliance or obedience. Every time you comply, you get weaker. Bullies cannot be appeased. It just encourages them to new forms of torture and torment. Every time you say yes, you're getting pushed back to a weaker position. That's why we need to resist today.
I do not see this being spoken about enough. Vietnam closed another 86 million bank accounts a week after Thailand froze 3 million bank accounts. And you guys want to know the whole reason why they're doing this to people? It's because people aren't trying to comply with this whole digital ID thing. Basically, they're trying to digitize everything. They're trying to digitize your identity. They're trying to automate and digitize the jobs and the workforce. They're also trying to automate and digitize the financial industry. And it's happening in Thailand, bro. Like, this isn't just some Western concept. You often see people talk about, like, is the end times only happening in America? No, they do it in these other countries where media isn't that popular because they can get away with it much better. People will go along with it. It's easier for them to manipulate when all the eyes aren't on said topic. And it's coming here. Yeah, it is. I'll show you. Quick Google search. Is digital IDs coming to America? Yes, they are coming to the US. And it says here that digital IDs can be saved in digital wallets like an Apple wallet or a Google wallet. Guys, look, we're here. This like is really happening, bro. Like Terminator, all these movies, WALL-E, iRobot, like all these movies, they tried to warn us, bro. And it's not that they tried to warn us, they really just were letting us know what's going to happen in the future. Will you be getting a digital ID? Let me know down below in the comments. Also, let me know your thoughts regarding this digital ID and what all you think is really going on here. But hey, you know, we were warned. We definitely were warned. The Bible says in Revelation 13 that no man would be able to buy or sell save he receive a mark. So I'll leave that there. You let me know what you think that means.
We need to be paying attention to what's going on in the UK. Seriously. And if you don't know, let me update you. Their Prime Minister just said that every UK citizen will be required to have a digital ID before that Parliament is up, which I think is in like 2 years. Or you cannot get a new job. If you're at your current job, you can keep it if you refuse, but you will not be able to get a new job. That is going to put so many people in a bind and force them to comply. Okay, so this is very real, all right? And I don't know if y'all been paying attention to Agenda 2030 or the World Economic Forum and who recently has taken over that. You will own nothing and be happy. It's literally playing right in front of our faces. So we need to be paying attention. Also, something that they've done in the UK since releasing this news is they've been putting blockades in the middle of public roads, restricting access to their citizens. So they're forcing them to either reroute them to get to another town or another city within the UK, or restricting them to where they're at. So it's like creating 15-minute cities in a sense. We've been saying this since COVID. I know I'm a conspiracy theorist, but we're up so many points by now. Like, it's hard not to be. And also another thing that I want to hit on, please don't think that this is the mark of the beast. Okay, if you're really religious, that's okay. I am not. But I want you to think outside the box. All right, you need to think outside the box and realize that this is all being engineered. It's being engineered to follow prophecy. They're literally engineering it to make it look like it's coming true. Or else none of this would be coming true. They're engineering it to be that way. So please keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Because it is not the mark of the beast. This is for systematic control. Okay, this is to collapse their current economy and their citizens, because whenever they bring in the digital ID, CBDCs are next. You know, so, and UBI and all that follows, but you just gotta pay attention. You know, they all met in the UK not that long ago. I think Trump was over there, Canada's leaders were over there. And then one of Canada's government representatives were asked in a press conference if they were going to do that in Canada with the digital IDs. He wasn't expecting that question. He stumbled and fumbled and finally said no. But you could see that he was caught extremely off guard and he stumbled all over his words. But yeah, just pay attention. What are your thoughts?
Even OnlyFans, bro. A Jewish guy owns OnlyFans, right? And OnlyFans is like $1 million industry.
So why are they trying to stop it then?
It's not getting stopped.
Yeah,
it can't be stopped.
Yeah.
But regardless, that shit is $1 billion industry. And the third of the proceeds from OnlyFans goes to fighting the war in Israel. The Jewish person that owns OnlyFans funds Israel to bomb Gaza. That goes for killing kids, women, anybody. So if you do OnlyFans, take that Palestine flag out your fucking bio.
That shit's crazy how they do that shit.
You supporting getting fucking kids bombed and fucking women, all that shit.
When I was poor, I just wanted to get rich. I didn't want to be political. I didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I wanted a Ferrari and a diamond Patek and a big penthouse. I just wanted to get rich. And then you start to get rich and you realize, shit, it's all just power games. It's all just mafia. At the bottom, you have drug dealers and turf and murder and unfair setups and lies over drugs and money. And at the top, it's the same shit for fucking stocks and bonds. It's the same mafia, same gangsters, same liars, same cheaters. It's amazing to me that people in the middle don't even get this. If you say to a person in the middle, why do we have a referee in a football game? They say, well, if you don't have a referee, people will cheat. You're telling me people are so desperate to cheat that you need a referee in a football game, and they're not going to be desperate to cheat in an election, to run a country, or cheat a bank to steal the billions of dollars, or cheat on the news to psyop a population? It's all a scam. It's all a cheat. All they do is fucking lie. All of it's ever been a lie, all of the time. Your primary objective is to get rich to protect yourself.
Will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do
Told
not
ya.
have digital ID.
Told ya. Who was the one telling you that soon you will no longer be able to escape the Matrix? You're running out of time. One day you won't be able to escape anymore. They're gonna close the gate. And you're all sitting there going, yeah. Told ya.
Islam, Shalom, Hola, Aloha, Bonjour, Osio, Assalamu Alaikum. It's your brother Zach Bay, Indigenous American Moor, coming to you live in full effect. Like, share, subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell down below so you can be notified whenever I'm dropping some new content. Leave a comment, interact with me. Thank you. I really do appreciate your viewership. Let's jump into another one. Back at it again, another episode of Blood and Gold. Maybe you heard over the weekend about what happened over on the other side of the pond, overseas. and you enjoyed those clips at the beginning to get a little bit more informed. We've been talking about this for a good while. That digital currency is finally loading out. The digital IDs over in Vietnam, they closed over 1 million accounts because the people refused to get the digital IDs. So the banking system, the central banking system over there in Vietnam, closed millions of accounts and took all the funds from everybody that was in there for the people who resisted getting the digital ID to buy, sell, and make transactions, right? Over in the UK, other side of the pond, they rolling out the digital IDs as well. And they're saying that by the end of next year, people won't be able to get new jobs or gain employment if they do not conform, if they do not comply, if they don't fold or bend and get that digital ID, fam. Hey, they're rolling it out now. That's one of the first layers of control, supreme control. They're already controlling the monetary systems on the planet and from multiple nations. So if they switch everything from physical to digital, hey, they can just hit your account whenever you jaywalk across the street and take the fines right out of there. They can close you out and make sure that your card or your digital ID doesn't work anywhere outside of a certain distance from your home. So you cannot travel or move freely. Supreme control. Start controlling people's funds. A few years ago when they did that C-19, that was the test. That was the soft test to see if people would bend, fold, and break. 80% of the world's population folded. They bent the knee. And then they just used that other 80% to infect the rest of us, allegedly. That's what they're saying. So now they're just thinking, hey, most people are just going to bend and fold to this because people need their jobs. All they have to do is threaten people's jobs, threaten people's work. You won't be able to work anymore. They say if you have the same job, you can keep the same job if you don't get the ID. But if you lose your job or try to change jobs, you won't be able to apply and gain any more finances if you don't bend, fold, and bow down to that digital ID. I've been talking about this for a good while. Hey, it's finally here. Not to say that I'm proud and I'm not trying to toot my own horn. A lot of people have been talking about this for a while. Some people were paying attention, other people were not paying attention, but it's finally here. The fact that they're doing it over there in Vietnam, a smaller nation, that's like the demo. That's like the testing phase. Then they'll move on to larger nations that will have more resistance. The UK. And after the UK, the US will most likely be one of the last places because we still have our Second Amendment right, fam. I seen comments from this clip that I watched, and a lot of the comments, I might actually post some of the comments here. A lot of the comments were saying that other people all over the world are looking for us to resist, to stand up, because they already took their guns away and they know that we still have our Second Amendment right to defend ourselves against a tyrannical government, fam. Power to the people. Hopefully you enjoyed the clips. Let me know how I'm doing down below. Like, share, subscribe to my channel. Once again, this is your brother Zach Bay, always coming at you with some information, some facts, some topics. Hey, like, share, subscribe. Peace.
So as we move into this new financial world, you will have to navigate differently, which means if you're not an entrepreneur or a business owner, you need to become one quick, because in the new world, there's not going to be jobs. All of the jobs that people have right now are going to be taken over by AI. So let me tell you something. The only way that you're going to become wealthy is to wake up and stop enjoying the Roman circus, the baseball games, the going out to party, the drinking every night. All of those things are fucking meaningless. They are there to distract you. All of it. The sex, drugs, rock and roll, All that stuff, folks, it is the Roman circus. It is there to distract you so that you sit on your ass and you become a victim or stay a victim. I know so many people right now, it's like, woe is me. I'm telling you, if you don't take your life under your own financial control, you are going to get eaten alive by this new financial system. They are making a gap so far and so wide between the poor and the elite with everything they're doing with crypto, and they're trying to deter people away from it. You're going to see very poor and you're going to see very rich. This is just my opinion, of course.
I have a trade plan for our community. I want to break this down. A friend group of 4 gets 4 trades. 1 carpenter, 1 HVAC, 1 plumber, 1 electrician. If more friends are around, you can include a commercial driver and a welder. Treat it like college. You stay with your parents for 2 to 4 years and present the plan to them. Plan being, stack your money, everybody get vehicles, and a plan to find a 4 to 5 bedroom house that all of you can move in together to continue in your careers, but gain some independence and responsibility. No babies, no drugs, no gambling. Now, all of y'all possess the skills to renovate a home without having to pay for labor. So you can go get a fixer-upper home, an affordable home, and don't be greedy because of how young you are. This is a plan that starts at 18. You can get into every skilled trade at 18, including commercial driving. There are restrictions around commercial driving at 18 where you can't leave the state, but you still. But I mean, shit, you don't want to be beating that road up like that young. You all now possess the skills to renovate a home and without having to pay for the labor. It can be an affordable home, but don't be greedy because you're still very young. Create a culture of helping your community first. You have enough money and you'll be wealthy eventually. Just be patient. Start going to college campuses, scouting for business majors, lawyers, and accountants, all of them black. Do it together and do it for one another. These people will show you how to use the banks instead of using your own personal capital. Be comfortable with having enough and don't fall into the societal pressures to flex. Be smart, be frugal without being cheap. So niggas could literally just go through the house like, this is wrong, that is wrong, this is wrong. Okay, the plumbing here is fucked up. Doc finna fix the plumbing. I'm gonna fix the electrical work, and Shadera gonna take care of the HVAC shit. Bro, we'll have a house. Now, that's something that I wanna go, I wanna go to school and present that. That's an easy play.
It is.
That's a fact.
And also too, like the no babies, no drugs, no gambling. That's right there. You gonna save all your money.
You gonna save a shit ton.
Save all your money.
Listen, parents love a plan. You sit your parents down with 3 of your friends and say, look, this is what we finna do. I'm staying home for the next 2 to 4 years. Let's just say I'm staying home for the next 4 years. I'm gonna go get in this trade. I can't have no overhead. You know what I'm saying? I can't afford to go out on my own and live on my own while I'm trying to get this skill. I need to be able to stay bread.
Right.
Also, like, hopefully the parents is cool where they ain't trying to charge a nigga rent and do all that extra stupid, goofy ass shit. Take care of your own rent. All right?
Yeah.
You should want to see your children get ahead. Don't be a boomer. Don't be a generation of people that want to do better than their kids. That's corny as fuck. Let your child get money.